Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video of Fox Flicks on Connie X. Today we're gonna watch as he creates the missing Omnimon variants. Now if you don't know what Omnimon is the DNA Digivolution introduced in the first generation of Digimon from War Greymon and Metal Garurumon fusing into a new Mon, and was actually one of the first Royal Knights. Now we're gonna see what happens when you take other variations of those two to fuse them together. Welcome to Omnimon Variants.
More Omnimon. Something I'm sure all Digimon fans can agree they want, right?
To a degree. I mean, as long as they're good.
What is up, digital companions? My name is Khan EX, and welcome back to another video. And yes, today we're making more Omnimon forms, specifically the Omnimon forms that, in my opinion, I think are missing. And I know he's often seen as the Charizard of Digimon in many ways, by a chunk of the fandom, but I still do really think we are missing a ton of unique Omnimon forms. Not necessarily just tied to Digimon Adventure, but across the whole franchise. Combinations of Digimon to result in Omnimon forms that Bandai and Toei to this point have not created.
He's right.
But firstly, we've actually made some Omnimon adjacent forms in videos in the past, so I just want to revisit those a little bit, go down history road. First, we have the Digimon Megazord, Weirdomon made for my video with Yoshi Sadaso last year, where we turned the Digimon Adventure crew into Power Rangers or a Sentai team. This is a much more Gal Ranger style fusion mecha, but spiritually could definitely be considered an Omnimon. In some ways, I guess you could see it as an alternate take on the way that Omnimon Merciful Mode ended up, but if you want to see each individual Digizord and some more info in general on our Digimon Power Rangers team, make sure you go check out this video after you've watched this one. Then we had the video last year where we gave DNA Digivolutions to the Digimon Data Squad team. Again, a certified Weirdomon classic. And that led to the creation of Shine Greymon and Mirage Gaugamon's fusion, Glorymon. The status of this Digimon as an Omnimon is definitely loose, as Mirage Gaugamon isn't a Garurumon variant, but I think it's 100% in the same wheelhouse. We specifically wanted Glorymon to evoke prominent fusions of prior seasons, namely Omnimon and Susanumon, which is why Glorymon Burst Mode is very reminiscent of Omnimon Merciful Mode, while still retaining its unique aesthetic. Okay, now moving over to...
Y'all saw that. That thing looked amazing.
To an Omnimon of sorts that's actually never been in a video, but was designed by regular channel artist HLR. Probably 2 years back now, I was waxing lyrical about Digimon that I wish we could see smushed together, and specifically how I've always wanted to see an Omnimon of sorts for Skull Greymon and Skull Balukimon. As with Mirage Galgamon, Skull Balukimon is not a Garurumon family Digimon, but it is the same level as Skull Greymon, and just has always been my personal pick for a perfect Garurumon Dark Digivolution a la Greymon to Skull Greymon in Digimon Adventure. As such, a mega level fusion of the two would result in my mind in something just like the Digimon HLR named Othalamon. And he drew and atted me on Twitter before I even knew him. He was just
Othalamon. No, that I really like.
It's like,
that thing was literally a Grim Reaper. So much better than Solomon.
I've made your design come true, and I love him for that.
Well, Grimmon, was it? I don't remember, but look at this thing. That is cool! The Skull Mask, the Reaper Scythe, the Balukamon, the Skull Balukamon, a wing, and the Skull Greymon head as a hand? Yes! Please make this canon, Bankai. Crap, I can't say the name now. I'm geeking out.
It's such an incredible Grim Reaper design and so unique in its aesthetic. It would definitely be the most evil Omnimon cousin, even worse than Omnimon Svort and Svort Defeat. Othala is the name of a Nordic rune, which is apparently like the runic equivalent of the Greek letter Omega, which is why it's used here. It does also have some historically really not okay usage, and has very traditional Nordic uses and some very not traditional kind of grim uses, which is why HLR thought that the Nordic rune worked well for Othalamon. This very evil Omnimon. This terrifying Skull Reaper harvests the life energy of Digimon it encounters to power itself up, unleashing devastating darkness energy it has stored up against all who would oppose it, withering all plant and insect life in a 10-mile radius. Hey, before we get to some more art costs money, and I love supporting artists.
I could actually see that thing having some kind of like widespread AoE attack called Reaper's Drain. There we go. Well, looks like we got an ad for Bayou, so we're gonna cut. And we're back.
Now we go to something that I have opined for years. An Omnimon formed from Victory Greymon and Zeed Garurumon. Yeah, these two came to prominence through V-Pets like the Digimon Twin and the Digimon Next manga in 2007, 10 years before Blitz Greymon and Crest Garurumon existed. And yet, Blitz and Crest got their Omnimon first.
Oh, come on.
So I got Alltrade to revisit a concept he had on Twitter a good while back to create Omnimon Alter J. The Alter J name comes from the fact that the Digimon Twin L and R was the debut of Victory Greymon and Zeed Garurumon. ALTER, and the J stands for Judge, as this Omnimon would be a judge or arbiter of the digital world. Carrying its Zeed Magnum and Victory Slayer, comprised of raw Digizoid, this Omnimon walks the digital world tirelessly, settling conflicts and disputes. As you can see, its cape is much more tattered than any regular Omnimon, because this Omnimon would be forced regularly to get into brutal combat. Not because it desires combat, but its role as a judge and arbiter requires it to step in for those important combat situations, meaning that it will get regularly into scraps that maybe even your regular Omnimon wouldn't. Omnimon Alter J has no ideas of nobility like its Royal Knight cousin. This is an Omnimon that serves the citizens of the digital world through and through.
Oh, hold on folks, we got an ad, I'll be right back. And we're back, let's continue.
But hey, what about Ancient Digimon? Yeah, they're a very different beast, but Ancient Greymon and Ancient Garurumon are nonetheless Greymon and Garurumon species. So I've always been curious what might happen if the two could fuse into some kind of Ancient Omnimon. And that led to Primal Omnimon, drawn by Sunguy944. We went with Primal over Ancient Omnimon just to set it up a little bit higher than the entire 10 Ancient Warriors, but if you prefer the name Ancient Omnimon, I'm totally fine with that too. Primal Omnimon is the oldest Omnimon. Lore-wise, it would have existed long before the default one, but was lost to time until being rediscovered more recently. This Digimon is brimming with primal ancient power, and is often seen as the more feral of the hierarchy of Omnimon. Sunguy944 wanted Ancient Omnimon to be the most armoured, too, to evoke feelings of knights and warriors of long ago, but with a healthy amount of those Nomura-esque belts, too. As the progenitor of all Omnimon, you can see how Omnimon, Alter S, and even Omnimon X and Alter B could share the data of Primal Omnimon. It attacks ferociously, creating a terrifying barrage of raining bullets from its Great Gatlinger, while cleaving enemies in half with its Garuru Claymore. Its sense of justice is high, but this compels it to act in ways other Omnimon view as savage. And then let's talk about some very divisive recent evolutions. Agumon Bond of Courage and Gabumon Bond of Friendship. These weird mega, ultra, whatever, humanoid Digimon showed up in last...
I'm sorry, but should you even consider those two as even able to DNA digifuse into Omnimon? I mean, I can understand, like, the reason why you would see it, but they aren't really even in the level for it. I mean, they're just supercharged rookies. They're not even the ultimate level.
Evolution Kizuna, which, you know, implies the last evolution of Agumon and Gabumon, but maybe we could stretch the idea that a fusion isn't a full-on evolution. And honestly, we may never see these guys again, so this could be in other media. Who cares? We have fused the Bond Boys to create Omnimon Bond of Unity, drawn by Weirdomon. And it's crazy, because as someone that doesn't really like Bond Digimon, I dig the hell out of what Weirdomon has done here. Keeping the Bond traits that I think are important, like the glowing LED-style strips, and yes, even giving it a proper human face. But it still overall feels thoroughly Omnimon to me, and compromises some of the weirder elements of the bonds into something I think actually works very well. With Courage and Friendship crests glowing brightly on each shoulder, we even opted to make this Omnimon unique.
Now, if this was animated, I could definitely see these glyphs kind of rotating.
By giving it actual hands, whoa! Which again made sense to use to keep up with that Bond theme. I feel like I'm saying Bond too much. The name is Bond.
A little.
Agumon Bond. But because those two Bond Digimon are so weirdly humanoid, the fist just made sense here. The power still thoroughly being there, with Agumon Bond's arm's fiery courage aura, allowing Omnimon Bond of Unity to deliver its powerful Courage Crush attack, in which it slams down its fist on an opponent, leaving them crushed and scorched. charged, which it would then follow up with the 1-2, its Friendship Freezer, the Gabumon aura creating a completely Sub-Zero spiked gauntlet, which delivers physical and spiking damage that's so cold the opponent feels like they've been struck by lightning. And finally we come to something a little bit different than all of the other different things we've seen in this video so far. I've made it no secret that I wish that Omnimon Merciful Mode represented the other Digimon or Digidestined that formed it more. As a fusing of all of them, I always felt it still very much felt like the Matt and Tai show. But I actually don't want to replace Merciful Mode. This is not a Merciful Mode fixing, nor am I doing an alternative idea on Merciful Mode. We've come to what I think is a really good compromise. I thought, what if we got one more outing after Digimon Adventure 02 the beginning? A final movie for the adventure canon. Digimon Adventure Final. All 8 Digimon Adventure partners have returned. If the 02 partners have disappeared, they've come back too. And the original 8 Digidestined unite on one final mission to eradicate darkness from the digital world. To maybe even destroy Yggdrasil himself. Well, Omnimon Merciful Mode may need to push beyond its own limits. Tap into every crest and all the energy it has to become Omnimon Merciful Mode complete. This is the Zenith.
Now that is how you do it. Yes!
The ultimate form of the adventure Omnimon designed by Weirdomon, featuring Phoenixmon's wings acting as even more powerful versions of Merciful Modes. The golden flowing hair of Ophanimon, while largely cosmetic, also embodies how powerful this Digimon is. Basically Super Saiyan, but her lower wings are also present. Spikemon's shoulder pauldrons provide an even greater defensive advantage, with Kabuterimon's head providing a defensive and offensive carapace that would intimidate any foe and provide great piercing and pinning damage. Rosemon's whip binds the entire body, making it even more dangerous to try and grab, but Omnimon Merciful Mode Complete would also be able to bind the complete grey sword with them, and even fire them out independently to deliver whipping damage through the complete Garuru cannon. Then we end in the legs, which are clad in the fused armour of Seraphimon and Ophanimon, giving this Digimon insane godlike speed like the sandals of Hermes, but also literal head-to-toe protection, with all 8 original crests rotating above its head.
That's how you do it.
Omnimon is the representation of the hopes and dreams of not just the 8 Adventure Digidestined, but every human and Digimon across both the real and digital worlds. Its ultimate protector, Omnimon Merciful Mode Complete, will usher in a new age of peace. And that is it! All of our revisited and brand new Omnimon forms that I think we were long overdue. If there's another Omnimon that you think we could have done, let me know in the comments down below, and maybe we'll make a second part or even a short, depending on how many of them I think are really good ideas. As always, go follow all the artists. They did incredible work. As always, it's nice to do a custom art video again. We're not going to be going as hard on custom art for the next couple of months. We are going to have one or two definitely per month. Thank you to my sovereigns, It's Elementary, ZDK14 and Jamon, as well as all these wonderful names you can see on screen right now for supporting this channel with their hard-earned money. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe, why not? And I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye-bye!
And folks, that's where we're going to end off today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link will be in the description, and I'll see all of you folks next time when we flick on. Peace out.